they just picked me as a homeless, the druggy or edgy girl, So I was endlessly getting those kind of roles. I can't be that person
Yeah.
who just kind of every film coming, oh wow, 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 wow. Industry is not just about my films. Industry,
Yeah.
all kind of good work should be encouraged.
Hello, Kangana. So, a pleasure to have you again on the channel. I have to say that unanimously, everyone's been excited about Dhaakad ever since the teaser dropped, ever since the trailer dropped. So, congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
And yeah, and I wanted to first start off with a snippet of like an interview that you had done a few months ago, where you had spoken about, most of the Indian audience is accustomed to their own female gods wielding weapons like Durga and Chandi, and how they're accustomed to it, and it doesn't feel jarring to them when they see it. So I wanted to understand, this is the lack of representation of just badass female characters in the action genre is something that gravitated you towards Agni?
Um, Anmol, when I had started out, I was not accepted as a leading lady of Bollywood, in gangster and all that. And I was unfortunately given the slot of all from that film. They just picked me as a homeless, the druggy or edgy girl, So I was endlessly getting those kind of roles. And from fashion, the way my physicality is and the way I looked and all that, I got Chris, and from there I started to get an idea that why don't I do something in action space, and probably that's where I can get some work. I was not getting any offers, only edgy and suicidal roles for me,
Yeah.
and I started to and I started to train myself. I started to take classes for martial arts and kickboxing and all that. I started to actively prepare for something like a Tomb Raider or a Kill.
Mhm.
And I waited and I waited and nothing happened, and things even went further downhill with roles like Double Dhamal or Rascal, or I started to get
Yeah.
roles like
Yeah.
that. And then I
Mhm.
got success in films like Queen, and I went into majorly into acting as an actor,
Yeah.
involved a lot. And then at the age of 33, when I had gained 20 kgs for Thalaivi, and
Mhm.
like I've had a certain metamorphosis as an individual also, and
Mhm.
I have grown into becoming a different person. I wear clothes which are, like I don't identify with mini skirts anymore. And I wear like, I'm always with my bindi and my sari,
Yeah.
suits and all that. At the age of 35, that's where I find comfort, and I feel like,
Mhm.
that represents me in the best way I want to be seen. Um, you know. So anyway, long story short, so when Rezi was sitting with me and he was narrating this film to me, I was as far as an individual could be in a frame of mind and in a frame of
Mhm.
physicality to this character. I was
Mm.
I was really far away from it, and I was like, oh God, I can't believe this has come to me right now. I waited for this for so long, and I wanted to do this so badly, and now,
Yeah.
after almost a decade, it has come to me at this point where I feel it's not just the weight, it's not
Yeah.
the training, it is so much more. Will I look good in that, or will I look
Mhm.
out of place in these skirts and in all that? Then Rezi convinced me, and the fact that he has been a very successful ad filmmaker, and he
Mhm.
made some of the most incredible ad films. So I figured that it's aesthetically he will do the justice to this, um, that's how I got on board.
You know, Kangna, I also wanted to ask the fact that you worked with veteran directors as well, and newcomers as well throughout your career. Could you? Is there a specific difference? Say you're collaborating with Rajneesh Ghai, and it's his first feature film. Is there a difference between veteran directors and how they are on set versus new energy and someone who's doing their first feature film?
So the first timers, I have worked a lot with first timers, and I rather have new directors than to work with people who are just been there, done that, got jaded, and just have only And I think with time, people just tend to get so corrupt in this industry,
Mm-hmm.
just about those those 500 people that you know in your vicinity, and you just think about
Mm-hmm.
them, and either the reviewers or the trade analysts, one of them become their
Buddies.
priorities and buddies, and they lose the larger picture. And I think when new people come with fresh set of ideas and new mindset, whether it is Vikas Behel, or it is
Yeah.
Anand Rai, or it is Anurag Basu.
Mm-hmm.
If Madhur sir was relatively very new, Milan Luthria, all my great films that I have done have been with new people. And now Rezi, I hope he's
Yeah.
in addition to that great list of directors.
Fingers crossed. Yes, yes. We're looking forward to the same. But I have to tell you, Kangna, I think one thing that unanimously everybody said about the teaser and trailer was the stylized visuals. And you've got cinematographer Tetsuo Nagata like contributing his work to Dhaakad. I think, would you say that he's elevated the quality of how the film looks?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And a director of photography, we don't give enough credit to their contribution to the film. But it is, it's not
Mm-hmm.
just writing. It is the execution of the scene, the shot taking, the angles, the entire composition. It's so much more than just the lighting. People, oh, lighting is good, so that's good DOP work. No, the entire film, the way you see the film, the way you perceive the film,
Mm-hmm.
your eyes, that is your director of photography's eyes. That's how they perceive the world.
Yeah.
So no matter how I perceive the world or the director perceives the world, but what the audience sees is the perception of the director of
Mm-hmm.
photography. So that's how important they are.
Yeah. You can see just the difference in quality when it comes to the action genre when it looks so good. Some of the action set pieces and you in complete rage with the particular frames, it looks absolutely great. We can't wait to watch it on the big screen. I wanted to ask you, like, sort of the back end of it, Kangna, because you have sort of directed, you are producing as well. I wanted to understand from the general industry, is it still labeled as a female led film when it's marketed or pitched for production? Is there still skepticism or the setup is still patriarchal in a female led film and there being hesitance in investing? Even though you've proven yourself with, say, a product like Mani Karnika?
Oh yeah, there will always be, because see, theater going audience almost 70 to 80% is male audience. So there
Mm-hmm.
comes a huge gap between the audience and the product, that whatever may place out there. But with this film, again, somebody who will be the antagonist to this, who will be played by an agent like Agni. So that also becomes a very big issue. Like Arjun has been
Mm-hmm.
absolutely great to be want to do something like this and to be a part of something like this. Otherwise, everything is becomes a challenge, from casting to the budget, and later on
Mm-hmm.
marketing, because
Yeah.
the market is not very women centric, film friendly.
Mm-hmm.
So all of this becomes a bit of a hiccup. Yes.
You know, I have to say that in the action genre, a lot of people say that the lead actor is as good as the antagonist. And I have to say, the teaser and trailer, both Divya Datta and Arjun Rampal look like a force to be reckoned with. And they look like very interesting characters, like personalities, like out of a video game, like villains. So, how is it working with both of them?
Arjun is such a delight, and he's like he's become so finer as an actor, as an individual. If you sit with him, he's got so many ideas about the script, and he's continuously adding to that. So you see the evolution of a person, and he's got great sense of humor.
Mhm.
So if you're around, he's always making you laugh. And Divya is such an intense actor to work with, and she um, as that mafia queen that she played. She was so great with the detailing of her character,
Yeah.
the accent, and even to execute that kind of sexuality, um,
Mm-hmm.
a gangster woman. It wasn't easy for her either, and I think it's good to have great actors because film becomes great with a lot of people together in it. It's not that one person can make a film work. So it's
Mm-hmm.
always good to have a lot of fabulous people together.
Also, Kangna, I wanted to really like a lot of people loved the fact that Agni is donning several roles. So we saw you as possibly a journalist, possibly a sex worker. So there are a lot of roles that you're donning in the one film. I wanted to ask, so like as a secret agent like Agni, one is the physical, but in wanting to be like, deviant in the several avatars that you put, how was that?
Um, Disguises. I enjoy doing disguises and different looks since the beginning of my career. When
Yeah.
Milan Luthria was shooting Once Upon a Time, he gave me this name, Chameleon. You know, so
Oh,
he
wow.
he used to call me Chameleon. He's like, with every look you change, your face changes, your way of walking changes,
Wow.
and I think with this character, because she's playing a spy, it's a very important trait of the spy to be able to
Mm-hmm.
transform oneself.
Yeah.
So, and I think Crazy tapped into that. I think he wanted me for the film also because of this reason, because I can pull off many looks.
Yeah. I think that's like one of the USPs that a lot of people are looking forward to. Uh, I wanted to. Okay, this might be a slightly left field question, Kangna, but you'll be like comfortable to answer. Like, have you warmed up other people? Like, I was just seeing that it was lovely to see you and Kiara like promote the same movie that's releasing on the same day.
So yeah, I'm not here, of course, to do some kind of kitty party to make a gang of people or to, that is not my concern. But at the same time, I've been very encouraging of anybody's work that I've seen. I've been out there and
Yeah.
I've been, if the work is good, I can't be that person
Yeah.
who just kind of every film coming, oh wow, 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 it's so fake. But if I see like a Non's film, when she did Mimi, or like I see some genuine work, I go out there and I'm not very like
Yeah.
I saw Siddharth's film Shersha. I went out of my
Mm.
way to praise that
Yeah.
film. So when a good film happens, I'm the first person. Even now,
Mm-hmm.
I was the first person to praise Kashmir Files. I was the
Yeah.
first person to praise RRR. Everybody's
Mm-hmm.
working RRR, not just the film itself. Um, so I
Yeah.
can't remember a good film has come and I have failed to praise it. Whether it belongs to Karan Johar,
Mm-hmm.
whether it belongs to Vivek Agnihotri. I don't remember when I failed to praise a good film or good actors. But like I feel it's not just the powerful people in the industry. I think somewhere there is a lot of personal insecurity that also people have. It just can't be one powerful person. Why these actors they fail to encourage me in my work, and especially when it's for women,
Mm-hmm.
such an important film, and it can open up a different kind of floodgates of films that
Mm-hmm.
will give all of us so many opportunities. Why women are failing
Totally.
appreciate it. I don't understand that. And there, of course, there are personal insecurities also, and they are all trying to hide behind this thing that we will get boycotted from the industry and all that. I don't think it is just that, because you see
Yeah.
when Kiara saw me, she was very much
Yeah.
comfortable. So I don't see there is a pressure like that from anywhere. Of
Yeah.
course, there are likes and dislikes, but again, it is something so striking. Now Mr. Bachchan tweeted the trailer, and then he
Mm-hmm.
another 5-10 minutes. So I mean, at somebody of his stature, at his level, whose pressure will he have? I think
Yeah.
I just don't know. I find this situation also a bit complex. That
Yeah.
have their own personal stuff also, and then there is industry stuff also. I don't know. I
Yeah.
can't tell. I will never be able to tell.
Yeah.
At the same time, um, you know, um, I'm always out there promoting good
Mm-hmm.
cinema, good films, not because it will make any impact or effect in their life. It's because as an artist, that's why we are here, right? We are here to do good
100%.
and to not industry is not just about my films. No, industry,
Yeah.
all kind of good work should be encouraged.
I wanted to ask you, what's the struggle in the number of shows that, like, say, a Dhaakad gets while it shares a release date with another big film? That's always been something that you've spoken about with several of your films, that, you're constantly struggling for that one more show so that, it has a life of its own.
Yes, well, that will always be a struggle. Uh,
Yeah.
but see, what happens is sometimes when your product is very good, then
Hmm.
naturally the exhibitors, everybody wants to make money. So
Yeah.
we may start on a little low note, but we are hoping
Hmm.
that with as the days go by, we will get
Yeah.
better and better shows. That's our hope. But if you're
Yeah.
asking, will I be the even though this is a bigger budget film, that the
Hmm.
films that are coming there, it's a very big budget film that we are coming up with. It's a bigger event film. That's the other
Hmm.
film is, of course, it's a perfect summer release, family entertainer. It's a comedy film,
Yeah.
horror comedy. But in terms
Yeah.
of genre, I'm saying ours is a spy thriller. Even in heroes, they don't make films like this. Even for heroes like James Bond or things like that, they don't make it in India. So ours is a bigger film, but will I get a bigger release? No, I doubt that.
Yeah.
That is obviously my struggle, of course.
No, I think word of mouth will play a key role with this, Kangana, and I think it will have a life of its own. Lastly, I just wanted to ask you was, first of all, congratulations on Mani Karnika Productions. And I can't wait to see your role as a producer in the future and your collaboration with Amazon as well. I wanted to ask you, I always think about legacy, what actors want to leave behind or want to be associated with. As a producer, what kind of stories do you want to be associated with? I wanted to ask you that.
Uh, I always said that I want to form the consciousness of be a part of the. I think when America was founded, there were very strong individuals who influenced the entire psychology and consciousness of that nation,
Hmm.
and that is why America went on to become what it became, like a small book like
Yeah.
Fountainhead by Ayn Rand, So something it is
Hmm.
so relevant in shaping up America as a society. It went on to become a religion of its own. So
Yeah.
for me, I want to do films that shape up the consciousness of a society. For me, the really big budget films are going to they're making international films, execution of world standard, getting those technicians there doing work, and all of that doesn't excite me. Everybody has their own agendas.
Yeah.
My agenda is that I want to form the the, the greatest civilization of the world that we've had, and we are the only lasting one. All other just uh, didn't survive. I want to
Hmm.
glorify that, and I want to bring back the pride of being Indians that we have lost. It's something very precious that we have lost along the way. We definitely must catch on to that, and that's what probably I would do. At least intend to do.
Mm. No, very excited for you to don that role as well and the future projects ahead. High testosterone, octane action films are making all the buzz right now in theaters, and I hope Agni as well contributes to the
Yes.
same because we need that female representation also.
Yes,
Thank
and I
you,
need a
Kangana.
very big hit.
Yes, yes. Looking forward to more interactions with you. Lovely to talk to you.
Thank you. And more
Take
all the
care.
best to you.